Oh, you're playing Wrath. Ah. Yeah, I don't blame you. I've been tempted. I almost made myself. Yeah, no, I don't blame you at all. I almost made myself. What I wanted to do, and I've been thinking about it, is I wanted to make a Death Knight and play through, similarly to this, to General, to play through and just RP that. And I realized that I. So this is weird actually. So you have to have a level 55 character already on the server in order to make a Death Knight. And for some reason, I think when Wrath first came out, that they allowed you to freely make a Death Knight. So I already had a Death Knight lined up. It was a Tauren Death Knight. But I didn't like it because I thought Tauren, that's a bit of a. I couldn't really think of a good lore reason for a Tauren to be a Death Knight. And I didn't want a Tauren either. So I deleted it. And then I went to make a new Death Knight. And then it told me, because I don't have a character level 55, I can't make a Death Knight. So I already had one. And I could make another one on top of already had when I already had that character. In fact, before I deleted it, I could have made another one, but because I deleted it to make another, I could no longer make one. So, long story short, I've thought about this a lot, and if I was to ever do like a Wrath playthrough, I would. I think the story would be something like we would play as like a knight, as a high elf. High elf will play as a blood elf. We'll get to level 55. We will die and remake our character as a level 55 Death Knight and then start again from there. Death Knight Blood Elf. I think that would work. You have a level 70 Unholy Death Knight in Dragonflight. Death Knight is never a class I've actually played. I think I got to level 58 once in original Wrath, and it never continues. But I don't know, since reading the Rise of the Lich King book, I've now got a massive urge to try it out. The classic Wrath had just such a good story to it. I never appreciated it back in the day. Silly me. Yeah, the lore really is beautiful. And I wonder if, it's in part because they had so much background to base it on, so much like rich backstory. Probably. I think that's probably why. With Warcraft 3. Yeah, I'm sure that's why it was such a good expansion of the story. Because that's about the time that my real life became a bit busier. I stopped really playing as much because I believe I either started university about that time when Wrath came out, or I was about to start university. It was either I was about to start. I think it was a year before I started university, and so yeah, things got a bit busier in real life. Not that I didn't want to play, but my parents were somewhat insistent that I studied and made something of myself. Alas, they never knew. 15 years later, I'd still be here. I used to think to myself, I think my dad used to say to me as well, he was like, think of all the things you could be doing if you didn't spend so much time playing World of Warcraft. And I used to think, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I could probably have learned every language in the world. I probably could have done this and that. I could have learned knitting. I could have been all these things. But also, nothing could have ever been any different. And I think if you don't take it, if you don't go over the top, I think WoW does impart some nice lessons as well. Some easy lessons to learn, some hard lessons as well. But I think there are positives to playing computer games. I'm not going to get into that now, but I think he was wrong.